Morning, everybody. On one hand, of course, I have faith in God. I know everything is min hashamayim, and there's nothing any human being can do to me. Everything is predetermined by God. But with that being said, human beings also have free will. It's one of the mysteries we don't understand. On a Kabbalistic level, we could talk about how there are the higher worlds and the lower worlds. And so right now I want to talk in this world. Now, on one hand, many of us were told, and I accept, that when it came to how to deal with this issue, coronavirus, so forth, we have to deal in this world. We can't be relying on miracles. We're forbidden from doing such things, even though we believe miracles can happen. We have to operate within the rubric of the natural order. I understand. But what's going on right now? This is what I'm not complaining about the past as much as I'm upset about the future. And I'm upset not just for myself, but for my wife, for my children, for my family. More than for myself. I mean, you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. But it's not just there's depth in that cannot be understated. Kabbalistically, the Yichud Kodesh Baruch Hu Shchintei, the dynamic of male and female, the necessity to have domestic harmony, cannot be understated. So all of these things being said, what am I talking about right now? That I've spoken for 2.5 minutes, and you're supposed to have the hook when you make these videos, right? You're supposed to keep videos under 5 minutes, and I can't do that. I like to talk and talk and talk. On one hand, I agree 100% that George Floyd did not deserve to be killed. I agree 100% that George Floyd was a victim of bad policing. I don't think that this was an issue of systematic racism, and I don't know whether or not this was an issue of personal racism on the level of the individual officer who committed, or the 3 officers who committed this crime of manslaughter or murder, whichever it was. I don't know. However, what I do know is that George Floyd had a big funeral with a gold coffin, and I don't know exactly how many people were there, but what I understand, there were thousands of people there. And we got yelled at, and it went on for more than 5, 10, 20 minutes. Went on for a long time, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, something like that. We got yelled at when my neighbor, my summer neighbor, Rabbi Mertz, had a few hundred people stand outside, outdoors, not inside the synagogue. Here, George Floyd, his funeral was in the church, right? And again, I didn't pay that much attention. But George Floyd was a criminal. He didn't deserve to die, but he wasn't some kind of a saint or a martyr. He was a victim, unjustly killed. But he didn't deserve this big funeral. Rabbi Mertz deserved a much bigger funeral than he got. The Novominsker Rebbe and Rav Moshe Green and Dr. Norman Lamb and any number of people, the Verdaner Rebbe, the Sassregener Rebbe. I'm probably leaving out many others that we lost during this time who deserved much, much bigger, more honorable funerals than they received. And yet, they didn't get it. Where's the justice there? What's this all about? All right, we can't cry over the past. But what I'm concerned about right now, from my wife and children, certain things that we look forward to every year. Not talking about religious things, talking about secular, fun things that we do. And we're being denied because of the... And now that this whole thing is done, we're back in the synagogue, we're going back to work, going back to everything. And yet, next week we were supposed to have Monster Bash in Pittsburgh. I hear that the Pennsylvania legislature is talking about, removing all the COVID-19 restrictions. We're willing to wear masks and so forth. We're not allowed to have Monster Bash. And it's funny because I love the old monster movies, and my wife and my children are much more devastated than I am about this, and I feel their pain and their devastation. And it's not fair. Why did George Floyd get this big funeral and we don't get to have Monster Bash? And I don't believe he deserved any indignity because he's a criminal. I work with criminals, I work with inmates. I show them total human dignity. I worked very hard to try to get a horrible criminal to have some kind of a funeral that his own children didn't care about. And I worked hard to try to find his family that we couldn't find. And I worked with his chaplain of his faith tradition, and in the end we couldn't even get that done. But to have something done according to his faith tradition, although they had something. And here we are. We don't get to have Monster Bash. We don't get to have the Wayne County Fair. I could take it or leave it. It would be nice. But that's on the secular side. We don't get to have Blobfest. We don't get to have any number of things that we enjoy. Museums, we want to go maybe see a museum. Thank God we found one museum last week that was open. Maybe this week they're going to open some more. Something. They're talking about getting sports back. What do I care about sports? I don't care about sports. What is this? Why are we being subjected to this? I don't know, but it's really upsetting. And it's upsetting because I care about my wife and kids, that they should have some joy in life, some enjoyment in life. I have a Blat Gemara. I'm fine. I don't need a lot of these other things. I enjoy them when they're available. But if I want to have Simchas Achayim, I can open up. I could learn Torah, and they could too. And anybody can, but I'm just saying. But I feel really, really bad for them, and it's not fair. You know, George Floyd could have had the same funeral the Novominsker Rebbe had. You know, he could have had the same funeral that Rabbi Lamb had. He didn't have to have this big funeral. It shows this whole thing is phony and fake, and it's really, really really upsetting. This is what's going on in the world. So that's what I have to share. Well, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. We'll see you later.